Do it.
Na 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 na.
I see you. Hello, you guys hear us? I'm talking.
Okay. Yeah, me
Yep.
I
too.
promise that I am. Yeah, they hear us.
All right.
Yep. Yes. Okay.
It could be Dave. Dave, you feel like playing a game?
Sure. Why not? Let me hop on over into the game client then.
Oh, looks like. Wait a second. We got Chris. Chris is online. We should get him on the Skype call. Well, I can if
I don't know why that matters. Chris, who? I don't know who we're talking about. Sorry.
from uh from from Geeklink. You remember we
Oh,
did the
okay.
podcast a few days.
Is that Chris O'Brien by any chance?
It is Chris O'Brien.
Okay, then I can add him. Here we go.
Yeah, I think we should just play against Chris. He's our guest, and
You
then
there, Chris?
Dave can be free to design and.
Oops.
Doesn't look like it came through.
I think the mic is
Yeah.
muted right now. We're
Yeah.
having
George, you're
people
muted.
having trouble hearing you. Yes.
Do you hear me? Guys, do you hear me? Oh,
All right.
apparently-
Looks like we're
Okay.
back.
okay. Good work fixing it. Yeah. We don't know.
We can
Anyway,
roll back a little bit. Yeah.
There's a lot of people viewing, and it seems like audio is working. These guys will just let us know if there's an audio problem. Oh, still no sound from George. Keep talking. No, they don't
No,
hear.
George.
You're hearing me. This is Matt. Do you hear me?
Looks like they hear you, Matt.
Yeah. Great. Well, shall I just repeat everything George says? That would make for a really awesome.
How about now?
live
Am I
thing.
hearable now? I had to turn off a graphic to be hearable, which is pretty annoying. But
Yeah, they hear you.
woo!
Yeah, all
Okay.
right, there you
Okay,
go.
well apparently this graphic in the top right here, which I'll turn on for a second so you know what I'm talking about.
I don't see it.
That thing that
Yeah,
just
you just
popped
muted
up,
yourself.
that mutes me every time I put it on the screen. So let's let's have me talk rather than have that thing be visible. Oh well. Well, hello everybody.
No, wait, hang on. They like the idea that I repeat everything you say.
Oh, really? No, you shouldn't repeat everything I say. Well, now
He
I have
says
to...
I shouldn't repeat everything he says.
Wait, stop that. Everyone can hear me, right? Hey, Chris, welcome. Are you on the line?
I am.
Oh,
Hello.
man. Wouldn't it be great if I had your image
Hey,
right up
what's
there
up,
in
man?
the corner, right over there, where there's a blank space? All right, well, oh my God.
I think we
Welcome.
should just boot up a game.
Yeah, let's boot up a game.
How
Well, what I was saying to everybody is we have a lot of people on the line right now. Welcome to our second day of the live streaming every day on Kickstarter, on our Kickstarter countdown. We're giving away free stuff. I'll explain the rules a little bit of how we're giving away free stuff. But one thing that's very cool that you guys should know is that Dave, our art director, is on the line. And if you guys like our art, if you have questions about our art, if you have questions about the direction of our art, you can enter those questions in chat, and Dave might be able to come on the line and chat with you a little bit about that stuff. Guys like me and John Paul and Matt are too easy to talk to. Dave is usually pretty busy, but he's given us a little bit of time to actually talk to you. So I hope you guys will take advantage. In the meantime, I'm playing against Chris from Indie Static. Is that right?
Geeklink Radio.
No.
I'm
Geeklink.
sorry.
That was last night.
I wish I were muted.
That was last night,
I should
George.
put that image back up. That was last night. Okay, I'm a day behind, everybody. Oh my God. Geeklink Radio, yes. Thank you for being here. And we'll start a game up. Look, Patient Strength versus Burn It All Now. I guess I'll just choose this one. Why not? I have not.
So yeah, Chris. I mean, there are a couple of new decks there, so you can
Ooh.
choose the old ones or you can choose the new ones.
So just join George's game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How are you today?
Burn it all now.
Yes.
I enjoy burning.
That's
things.
good. How are you doing,
Burn
Chris?
It All Now it's pretty aggressive.
Pretty good. I am still getting used to the game, obviously.
Well,
So
these are new decks, so actually the way that our giveaways are going to work for everybody watching is we are going to give something away every time a stronghold is lost. So the fact that I have no idea what these decks are and that Chris is pretty new hopefully means we're giving a lot of stuff away. We're also giving something away every time we get a new backer on Kickstarter, which we're monitoring in the background. And yeah, if you want to find out,
somebody just backed.
somebody just backed just now. Really?
Just now.
Oh, okay.
Just now,
All
somebody
right,
backed
well-
us.
All right. So you
Time
guys,
for a giveaway.
I'll let you guys talk. You guys explain how the giveaways are going to work.
All right. Well, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to put in a keyword you have to type in the keyword. It'll get you on a list. I'll roll the dice, and then if your name comes up, well, you win. So I'm gonna. Should I type it, George, or should I just say it? How about that?
That is up to you, sir. I thought that the keyword was sitting on our Kickstarter page.
Oh well. Oh, okay. Is it sitting on our
You
pay?
see this little section? You see this little section down
Keyword
here?
has just been typed into the chat.
It has?
Indeed it has.
All right, then. I'm going to put my castle right here in the middle.
Uh,
So if you guys are seeing this for the
by
first time,
whom?
this is kind of our new UI here. Put something else up on the screen right there. And not new, but the next one keeps improving every day. And we're going to be trying to kill each other here.
That's the
all right.
plan.
Here we go, guys. Rolling dice. So all
Jeez.
right. Looks like some people are still putting this
Oh.
in.
Yeah, there's still,
Yeah, give everybody a moment there, Jean-Paul. Jeez.
that's a lot of them.
Let's see here.
That is a lot.
I can inspect this
Looks
here.
like somebody got their fingers on the wrong keys there.
Yeah. So, Chris, how is everything? Are you well this evening?
So far, I did a lot of painting today. Actually, it was weird.
Painting.
I had to go outside and stuff. It's odd.
It was outdoor painting.
Yeah.
I see.
If the outside of your house is outside, then that's how you have to do it.
If the outside of your house is outside.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, usually when I paint the outside of my house, I do it from the inside. But maybe I'm just more skillful than everyone else.
Or maybe you live in a condo.
I do live in a condo. Yes. When I paint the outside of my house, the building association gets mad at me.
I can't see how to inspect cards anymore. Is there a different way to?
Yeah. Right hand.
Oh,
click,
there we go.
Right hand click
Got
until
it.
you get the little inspector thing, like I have up, and then click on what you want to inspect. So, like I'm inspecting a forest, and you can embiggen and insmallinate this little inspector window, and cycle through stuff. I'll also show the text for what it actually does if you want. There we go. All right, let's draw some cards, shall we? Oh, I love this. I love our new. I love it when
All
we have
right.
good art. I don't know if everyone can
I
see
will.
this.
I will say, just for everyone's sake, who's trying to get some free stuff over here, we do have a winner, but you have to be following the channel if you want to be eligible. So if it comes up and you win, but you're not following, that's not great. So first guy to win,
Paul,
I'll let
you-
it pass. But for future reference, you got to follow the channel. Otherwise, I will roll the dice again.
Okay. Is it still my
Denied.
turn?
All right.
I think so. There we go.
There we go. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah. Chromancer. Better than painting your house. That might have to be our new catchphrase.
Oh, absolutely. Is Crackomancer still?
Crackomancer. That's a different product actually. Yeah, we there's some legal hurdles with that product. It's still in development. We have a crack team, if you will, working on it. What? No hysterical laughter at my pun. All right, never mind.
Ah, nobody likes puns.
Everybody likes puns. Everybody likes puns.
Yeah, except for everybody.
Everybody.
Show City,
likes-
George.
Except for everybody.
Everyone likes City.
No. Oh, come on. Well, I can tell you, though, that not everybody likes puns. The way I know that is because recently I wrote down my 10 most favorite puns, and I submitted them to the Washington Post, hoping that they would publish them. So I sent them my 10 favorite puns, and in the hopes that they would publish them, and got the paper the next day to see if any of them made it, and Did any of my 10 puns make it into the newspaper, you might ask? And I would say, no. No pun in 10 did. It's
But on
unfortunate. What?
There is, George.
Okay, so the people in the channel has just dropped off to 3.
What, really? That seems unlikely. Just because of my pun?
Yeah.
I'll, Wish I tell, some other jokes?
No.
can't play things.
You can't play things. It's your first turn. If you can't play cards, you should probably draw a few cards.
Well, I have a force that I want to play. It's just not going down.
Try right hand clicking
yeah.
until you get to.
No, Chris, once in a while, when you start the game, there's a little bit of a bug that, and George just went muted for some reason. There's a little bit of a bug that makes it impossible to play things. If you just hit F5 and refresh your screen, it'll work.
Very well.
Really? Am I muted still?
Now you're
You're
talking
good.
again.
Oh. Stop muting me.
Aha! I have a force now.
There you go.
Good work.
All right, let's see here.
Appreciate it.
Did the channel seriously drop to 3 people just because of my pun?
No, I didn't, George.
You guys are so mean. So mean. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness.
Everybody see the incense garden there with the stoned goblin? That's an.
This is
interesting piece, I think.
Crackomancer right here. See what's happening? Yeah, we have a card called Incense Garden, not yet in the game. You can see it over there on the right. I'm trying to preview some card art for you right here. Just flipping through it. Incense Garden is a cool card. It's a red structure that it's just kind of typical structure that gives you a little bit of income. But what you could do is you could burn it down intentionally. It will burn the forest that it's built on, and then it gives you a turn or 2 with no upkeep. Which is pretty nice because all your guys are stoned and they don't demand upkeep. So it's a pretty interesting card. Very typically red, sort of works briefly, but then, stops working after that. Okay, draw. All right, I better start playing here a little bit.
Yeah, people are wondering why there's no action. There's no carnage, no blood.
Because
Give it a
I'm,
turn.
because
One
I'm
turn.
slow. I'm going to hit
Promise.
Let's do
enter.
it.
All right, we'll get creatures out this turn and we'll start having some carnage. What can I say? Also, if somebody was G-chatting me just now, I can't see my G-chats because I'm in the middle of the game.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, George.
I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. I am worried that my puns will scare people away from the channel, but other than that,
Yeah, I'm
not
worried about that too.
Oh no, he has a red hordling.
Ah,
This
first
is-
creature.
This is a problem. This is not good. Let's inspect that, shall we? Inspector.
Actually, there's a question in the chat which I think is interesting, which maybe Dave could answer. It's about, let's see, how do you create a theme or style for the cards that works for each type of deck? And also, how do you design cards for TCG so that they can be used many times and people don't get bored of the art? How about that?
That is a very good question. So this is Dave, the art director. And there's actually another question. One was from Besus1412, and that sort of can be tied into the question asked by PS4 TV. I'll answer the question asked by Besus. He asked, how did I get into drawing card art, and what card artists do I feel have influenced my work? Well, just to clarify sort of my role on the team, I'm not exclusively a card artist. I'm acting more in the role of art director. So I direct the style of the game, the style of the visuals, the user interface, working on a new version of that, and hopefully we'll have some new visuals to post on where the game is going to go in terms of the visual direction. But my role is mostly to interface with a number of artists and help them create art that works sort of together in concert and fits in with the world that we're creating here. Now, in terms of how do we come up with the type of cards that we're using, and it's sort of a good question. Oh, also, you asked who my favorite artist was. I don't necessarily have a favorite card artist, but I will say that my favorite artist overall is Cezanne.
Oh, that's
But
cool, man.
yeah, there you go. Okay.
I love Cezanne.
Um,
I studied French art history. I studied history in school, and art history was a big part of that. But I mean, Cezanne, I guess the French consider more Spanish than French. But anyway, but that's cool.
so basically, in the world of Chromancer, these cards are, I guess, they act sort of like stored memories, and Chromancer uses them to focus, and they use them to create sort of a mental image that they can then manipulate the energies around them and manifest memories and bring them to life. So when the Chromancer is looking at a card of a forest, they are able to, bring that memory to the forefront of their mind, visualize it, and then manifest it from using their powers. So the cards, because they're not traditional sort of illustrations, we wanted them to have a more of I guess, elicit more of an emotional reaction. And our art direction was sort of heavily influenced by the meaningful nature of the cards and art within the universe. You'll notice that many of our cards are different from sort of traditional collectible card game art. There's maybe a unique quality to some of the card visuals. They're not consistent across the board in tone or artistic style. Some of the subjects may be more abstract and there's more traditionally realistic. And some card art might even be polarizing in a way, but we embrace this sort of approach. We wanted to create something more than just a consistent set of illustrations, so that the cards were acceptable, but maybe even churned out by production illustrators. We wanted to do something more personal and create something more akin to art. We wanted them to elicit an emotional reaction from the viewer. Much cards are supposed to be vessels for evoking memories within the game. And I think we've done a good job if you look at the cards and maybe think back to them after a couple of days and have sort of a pleasant feeling or a pleasant remembrance of a particular aspect or element of the card. And it's emotional hook that we're going for more than just a realistic sort of approach to the cards.
Yeah.
The end.
Well, I mean, like as a team, we have been sort of in a lucky position where we just regularly there's new art that comes from Dave and sort of from his management process, and we just look it over, and we might have some feedback, but I mean, most of the time we're just sitting there going, "Wow, this is amazing." So. At least from my perspective, I would be really glad if our artists that Dave has found and worked with and we're still working with get a little bit of internet fame, if you will, for what they've done, because the art's so good and they're not really that known. So
My poor Hordling died. It's the worst.
your Hordling died. I was attacking him with an Emerald. So when I'm attacking,
He's really strong.
the Temperate is pretty good. The Namrod's strong because he has a physical defense, so he's going to reduce damage done to him. You should, when I'm attacking your guy directly, you should dodge if you.
Hey, George.
Yes.
In the chat, they're asking about the inspector. I don't think everyone has seen the change to that. And now you're muted again for some reason.
I'm muted right now?
Now you're not.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah, the inspector is we're running it right now as a little magnifying lens here, and you can click on stuff and open it up. Oh, look, that's over there too. And you can drag the window a little bit like this, and then you can click on other stuff that you want to inspect. Get the text of what you're looking at, and so forth. So yeah, I mean, obviously, as everybody knows, this UI is temporary and being replaced, but it's exemplary. So we have an inspector that is mobile and adjustable, and it will be that way later on. It'll be probably a little pane that you can kind of move around wherever you want on the screen and put it where it's most convenient. So over here on the side, I'm just leafing through a bunch of card arts just so that you guys can see them. That's not actually part of the game right here. That's just sort of an extra art little demonstration. All right, let's start destroying some things, shall we? That way we can give stuff away.
I plan on it.
Let's see here.
Well, we've already done 3 giveaways because we had 3 new backers,
Oh, you've been doing giveaways?
which is yeah.
Heck yeah.
You guys need to
Heck yeah.
need to speak up so that we can be all excited. All right.
right, well,
my bank is being attacked
We have
by a hordling.
Tago Baba.
So I don't know if you guys are actually watching the game, but so he's trying to attack my bank with this hordling. So I moved my Namorite over to block. Cool thing about Chromancer is everything's an instant. You can move as an instant. You can draw a card as an instant. You can discard as an instant. So there's sort of a lot of just action reaction type play, and you just do things when you want to, even on the opponent's turn. So I was able to just run over there and block him, just like that. I didn't have to wait for a phase or anything.
Hey, George.
Like that. Yeah.
Could you put the text up on Riptide so we see what it does? Someone's asking.
Could I put the text
I
up
think
on
Lockon
Riptide?
is wondering.
That is not actually in
Yeah.
the game. That is just art that is sitting on my computer on the side of it.
Okay.
But I can tell you what Riptide does.
Oh,
How's that?
Yeah, what does Riptide do?
Well, thank you for asking, John
Do
Paul. That's actually part of our game called Crackomancer, and it no, it stones all your creatures. No, it Riptide is a spell that basically. Let me give you a little bit of context. Blue in general is a color that's very good at creating water. It's creating waterfronts, and so there's a bunch of spells that turn your opponent's fields into waterfronts. And Riptide is a spell that will hit all of your opponent's creatures that are in a waterfront. So it's kind of best to use it in that situation or to use it against a deck that's already using waterfronts. And really what it's going to do is it's going to just exhaust all of your opponent's creatures that it hits, which can be really, really annoying for your opponent because obviously once they're exhausted, they're not going to be able to attack you or use spells or things like that. So it doesn't work on flying creatures and has some other drawbacks, and it's a bit expensive. But when you pull it off, it is a darn good spell. Yeah, so let's move.
You have a lot of land. I don't.
I have tons of land. I put a whole bunch of it. Well, I didn't put a whole bunch of this deck. Somebody who made this deck put a whole bunch in this deck. Now I'm going to go over and attack your guy. And then I'm going to try to get some creatures out here and really kick some butt. So yeah.
George, are you mercilessly kicking Chris's butt?
Entirely.
I am not mercilessly kicking his butt. I'm kicking his butt with incredible amounts of mercy.
Are you?
It is the most polite shellacking that has ever happened.
Oh man.
Oh, your bank is empty. I need to get over there and attack it. All right. Let's put another creature out.
Force him to discard cards.
I am forcing him.
Yes.
My eventual
Is he
victory
being
approaches.
mean to you?
Huh?
Wait, what?
Is he being mean to you?
No, not at all.
Is he
It's
being-
totally
I'm not being
unnecessary
mean.
what he's doing.
I'm not capable of being mean. Yes. If I were mean,
Oh, that's
I would have,
sweet.
when Chris said that he was spending all day painting, I would have said, "Were you painting your nails?" That would have been mean. Oh, okay. No, I'm just being... Okay, never mind.
The guy's got to look pretty. Sorry.
A guy does have to look pretty, yeah, especially when he plays Growmancer. Let's see here.
So if I
Are there no questions about what Shufa-Net does? It doesn't look good enough? I'm going to switch off of that card. Everybody's... Ooh. Hang on. I think better dodge here. So one cool thing is you can actually dodge a spell, but you have to get far enough away in order for the spell to not hit you. I wouldn't be able to dodge far enough because that spell has a range of 2, so it would have still hit me. So I'll just let him hit me with the spell. Ow. Darn it. I only have 1 life left. Stop killing my guys.
Nope. Let's see.
Now the really good news is I've got Merfolk Cavalry here, and he's got charge attack. So I can target one of your guys and nobody else can block. Of course, you don't have enough guys to block anyway, so what's the difference? Cycled one card. Interesting. So you only have one guy out. You need to get other guys out here, sir.
I would love to, but you're about to attack my bank, and I kind of need something in there.
But am I about to attack your bank? And you realize that if I were to attack your bank, you could burn a card out of your hand instantly to save your bank. Because burning a card out of your hand adds a chroma, and the chroma will save your bank. I paused it for you in case you wanted to respond. See how nice I'm being, John Paul? Stop accusing me of being mean.
I can't
you're
really
such a
respond with
gentleman.
anything, so...
You could move in the way to block, I suppose, but that wouldn't really help.
No, because I already used him, so he's exhausted?
But you could still block, just he wouldn't...
Oh, I see. You can still move him in.
Yeah, you can move creatures even if they're exhausted. They're just less effective, obviously.
Fair enough.
Alright. Now I'm attacking again. That's right.
Well, I think
this blue deck is too strong. I think I need to balance some of these merfolk. I mean, they've got tons of hit points, they've got defense, they've got all kinds of abilities. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, I see. You're saving your discard pile? Well, fine.
I am.
Fine then. Instantly discarding a card in order to pad the discard pile so that when I hit it, it doesn't get destroyed. It's almost like we're playing Chromancer or something.
Yeah, it's weird.
Are there any other questions that people are having that we've not responded to yet?
No, I think we're doing okay. We're just talking about stuff.
Are you giving away tons of things?
Am I? No, I haven't given anything away. I'm keeping it all for myself.
Clearly.
Well, not yet. Not yet. We need something to get blown up first.
We're trying, man.
Whoa.
We're trying. Oh, look, my Namarud is unexhausted now. Isn't that cool? My Namarud has a special ability called Battle Ready, which makes him unexhaust on the beginning of your turn, as well as the beginning of my turn.
Well, I'm going to have to go ahead and play that guy right there, then.
Oh, no. That's a problem. That's a problem. That Datya is a good card. Let's see if I can inspect that guy. That guy, anytime you cast a spell with that guy, it does... Oh, I don't have the card image for him, but anytime you cast a spell with that guy, he does extra damage. He's a good spellcaster. What? Stop attacking my bank.
Deal with it.
I am dealing with it. That's right. That's right. See what happens when your Hordeling tries to paint my bank. I'm like, no. No paint job. Nice. Hey, you killed my guy.
It happens.
Damn it.
Over and over again.
I forgot that he had one life left. That's unfortunate. Well, what are you going to do? So let's talk about where this UI is going to go and where this whole visual is going to go. Dave has actually recently been working on an isometric view that might interest people. Something that's a little bit more 3D, something that's a little bit pops a little bit more. I don't know if people are at all interested in hearing about that. Probably not. They probably. Oh, I'm kidding. Of course, they want to know about it. Dave, are you still on the line?
Yep, still hanging out.
What can you tell us about how things are going to look in terms of the 3D stuff? Realizing, of course, that it is a work in progress and still in the design phase.
Yeah, absolutely a work in progress. And actually what I hope to do is at some point over the weekend, post up on the actual Kickstarter page some concept screens of work in progress so that people can see what sort of direction the user interface is going to take. right now, because we're in pre-alpha, we have something very basic, just sort of the most bare bones sort of presentation in terms of the user interface. And I don't want that to scare people away, because we have really big plans for creating, a visually stunning world, with plenty of sort of the traditional eye candy that you would expect from a strategy game, uh, along with sort of the deep strategy of a card game. And that's what initially made me so excited to join on to the project, is because this sort of merging of the two worlds. George is celebrating here. Did something big happen?
Yeah. Well, I sorry, I knocked down the graveyard there of my opponent.
Oh my God, that means it's
Uh-oh.
time for a giveaway.
Time for giveaway.
It's a giveaway.
We should get the Black
All
Balrog
right, it's time to give-
to sneeze into the channel again.
All right, so this
happens.
is an this is a Kickstarter exclusive promo pack giveaway, I believe. I think
It is up to you, man. You can give away booster packs or you can give away promo
It is up
cards.
to you. All right. I will say that some people have already caught on to the updated keyword, so I'll give you literally 20 seconds, and then I'm rolling the dice.
All right.
Let's
All right.
see what you got.
Yeah, actually, yesterday it was pretty funny. There was a mysterious noise created by the Black Balrog that was very loud on our channel. It was occurring a few times per game. So it's a mystery as to what that was. It may have been one of the team members sneezing into the phone by accident. That's a possibility. Oh my goodness. What is going on?
Are you losing?
No, this date is just scaring me because it's clearly about to cast some horrible fire spell on me that I didn't realize was
Try it.
enabled. Not knowing what the red deck is that my opponent is playing is scary. I mean, I know you have all kinds of crazy spells that are going to come and burn my whole fields down.
So it says within 1 lane of the caster. It means that I can only do the one that's directly in front of me?
No,
That
within
means it's one on either side.
yeah, within
Okay.
one written lane would mean exactly.
Okay.
So you could target my guys from where you are right now. Although I could dodge. Don't forget.
Well, I would like to incendiary
My
Your-
Yeah, you should,
bank there.
bad.
yeah, you should do that.
I would love to. I'm trying to figure out how. So select. And it
Yeah.
only gives me the option of flame dart. Oh, fireball. There we go. Is that incendiary?
No, fireball is fireball. No, you have enough income. Or
Oh,
enough
there we
power.
go. Incendiary. Weird. It wasn't showing up before. There we go.
Well, I don't have the ability to stop that. That's frustrating. I don't have a counter spell or anything like that. Fine.
Deal with it.
Blow up my bank. Jeez.
I plan on it.
Well, that's a problem. Who put Dachas in this guy's deck? Jeez.
That would be Darinth from the forum.
Oh. That's true, actually. We've got guys in our forums who are building decks that we're occasionally using into play tests and so forth. So yeah, that's cool. So actually, I didn't want to get too sidetracked from our conversation, but Dave, you were saying that one of the attractions was kind of the combination of strategic card game and a little bit more interactive graphical stuff. So can we expect at some point in the extreme future that we might see things such as animated little guys on the map fighting each other and so forth?
Oh, absolutely.
Hey! We have
Uh-oh.
666 viewers,
Only?
and it's Friday the 13th.
And it's Friday the 13th?
Oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yes. It's very scary. Thank you for bringing that up.
And then you wonder why we're at home watching computer games or playing computer games.
I mean, it is distracting from the raining blood that is happening outside, the horde of locusts that's building up. It is a good way to take one's attention away from the famine.
Take my forest. I don't care.
I will. This is one of the parts of the game where the merman flails his arms at the forest, and the forest is destroyed. It's
Just
not quite. It's not quite the
immediately
shark
obliterated.
biting the tower, but it's similar. So anyway, what were we talking about?
All right, guys. For the next, whenever we have the next giveaway, just so that everyone that is listening is aware, I did refresh the page on the Kickstarter. This time it's a trivia question, so you might have to go hunt for some information, but it should be fairly easy.
Did you write the trivia question
Anyway.
on the Kickstarter page? You are very tricky.
I did indeed.
You are very tricky. Instead of just typing it into the thing. Yes. Please go look for stuff. Okay. For your next job, you must find an oak tree in your neighborhood with a yellow ribbon tied around it. Go Reds
Then
for
you
that
have to
live
turn
stream.
to the north and
That's
spit
right.
thrice.
For the next trivia question, you must find some ivy. Never mind. We should have a rally race. Have you guys ever done a rally race before? Where you get like everybody in some little car
don't
and
know
you
what
like
that
race
is.
to various locations?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. Rally races are awesome.
Is this like an American thing?
It's not an American thing. Who cares if it's an American thing? Well, yeah, you're not American, and you're asking me that like as if the fact that it's not American means you wouldn't know about it.
Obviously.
You're not American. Stop pretending.
Well,
I think what it should be is that you give a
This is
booster
the
pack
point in the
away.
program where we get really jingoistic. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that.
What it should be is you give a booster pack away to somebody in the chat who can stump you with a mythology trivia question. Because John Paul, for those of you who doesn't know, for those of you who don't know, John Paul is half Norwegian.
those of you who doesn't know.
Those who doesn't know English, those of you who can't is with the pronunciation and collection of the use of grammar would know that John Paul is half Norwegian and half Greek. And so he knows a lot about mythology because of Norse mythology and Greek mythology. So I think that should be the booster pack. Any trivia question about mythology that stumps John Paul? Of course, that's not really a very nice giveaway because it's probably not going to happen.
Well, I don't know. I'm a little rusty.
Let's see if I dodged that successfully.
Oh, I even know that.
Wah, wah.
You even know what?
What is the name of Thor's steed?
Thor's steed? I thought that it was Odin's steed that was named Sleipnir.
It is.
So I don't know if it's Thor's. Thor's steed might be more difficult if that actually is a real thing. And not
Is
an
that
error.
even a thing, Matt?
Is
You're
that
just
a
making
is it
that
a
up.
thing?
Let's see.
Somebody's getting prizes for coming up with fake trivia. What was Loki's middle name? Loki's middle name was Oswald. That's right.
Because you know what I think you should issue one of your like anagram challenges or whatever.
I should issue an anagram challenge. I'd be happy to.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Anagram the word cat.
Tack? Is that a?
I think attack is a thing. Hang on.
Yeah, like a.
Carefully anticipated terribleness.
I don't think cat is. I think cat is not necessarily a rubric for something else. I mean, I don't know, but all right. How do I? All right, let's get serious here. Let's start beating.
I love how the chat is now exploding with logical references here.
Mythological references. Well, you realize that
How
you
does
haven't even
Thor-
answered a single question yet. I haven't
Oh,
heard
look,
you. I haven't heard you answer a single question.
That's because I'm checking the Kickstarter page.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Oh,
I
are
have-
you checking it? Because we have another back.
Oh my god.
Well, I just refreshed. Is it somebody whose name ends with corn?
Oh,
Oh no! Oh my God! It's Matt Stockschlager.
Is that a trivia question? Somebody whose name ends with corn?
No, it's not.
Somebody
All right,
from
okay.
mythology
You
whose
guys can all
name
thank
ends with
Matt.
corn.
You guys can thank Matt Stockschlager for this giveaway. Back literally 15 seconds, figured out the keyword.
I think you should be able to pronounce the gentleman's name.
Do it.
John
Yeah,
Paul.
15 seconds.
Well,
I think I
our
did.
viewers won't get anything because John Paul can't pronounce his name.
That's right. Thank you.
Stockslager.
No, this company is correct English only.
Well, that doesn't sound like an English name to me.
Well, for those of you that didn't know about it, what is going on? Why are you blocking all of my attacks? I'm trying to destroy your bank here.
Wait for it.
All right, congratulations, Wizard Cat.
Wizard Cat is winning a lot of stuff.
Wow.
Well, he's diligent. You know
Wizard-
what? We're not partial.
Wizard Cat is very good at trivia. I can tell you from experience.
No,
I think
he's on.
everyone was good at this
ball,
trivia.
man.
That was the same question as last time.
Ask Wizard Cat some trivia related to elements of the game and see if he can answer that. That's a joke, of course he can.
Actually, that's a good one. No, we should do something in honor of Matt. Matt, why don't you come up with something jihad related or Vitas related?
Wow.
Something
You
jihad
somehow-
related.
no,
I can come up with a trivia
Okay.
question. I can come up with a trivia question that's jihad related.
Okay, yeah. How many characters are named George?
No, well, for example, that's probably the most important question. It is
Okay,
pretty
that's.
annoying. Well, here's
Yeah, well, we'll save that for the next giveaway.
a jihad-related question would be, how many times do you have to practice? Never mind.
Never mind, George. I see where you're going
You
with
see
this.
where I'm going with this? I'm trying to come up with something really ridiculous, but I can't. I'm too busy. Stop casting incendiary on my bank.
No.
Who gave him incendiary? What an annoying spell. For those of you that don't know, let's-
Okay. I see, here's a good one. Here's a good
where's
one.
incendiary? Oh,
This
it's
is
not
although
here.
this might favor.
George, they
This
think
might
you look like
favor,
the guy from Weezer.
I look like the guy from what?
Weezer,
From Weezer. Really?
the band Weezer.
Interesting. Thank
He's
you.
never heard of that band, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. I have heard of that band.
Okay.
I have.
Uh,
I know what
right,
I
just-
know
here's
what
the
Weezer
question.
is. Stop! I know exactly what Weezer is. Isn't it like old men that wheeze a lot? No, I know a lot what Weezer is. I mean, I do. It's the band that sang that song that has Buddy Holly in it. So there.
Also known as Buddy Holly.
Well, yeah. Wait, did you just attack me?
I don't think so. I would hope not. Otherwise, this game's doing things that I don't know
This
about.
is the pinnacle of UI when we don't know what's happening. All right, I'm going to burn a card, and I'm going to put an Orko Pearl Diver out. So I've got these guys called Orko Pearl Diver. Really good for deck building because anytime they're standing in water, they give me extra income, which is great. All right, I'm going to start really attacking you, try to knock some stuff out here.
Well, it won't be too hard. I don't have much of a castle left.
Ah, that's true. The question is, do you really need a castle once you've drawn
I
all the
don't.
cards? Ah,
Goodbye,
yes.
castle.
Castle destroyed. Giveaway time.
Time for another giveaway because we also got a backer.
We got a backer.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh.
all right then. Oops. Nah, you see, I just moved by accident.
PS4 TV just backed.
Who made this game? I mean, seriously. All right.
All right. So I just updated the key phrase and I typed it in chat. But it's our guest for tonight works at this online podcast publication.
Yep.
That's a tip you there, Chris.
That's right. That's right. Our guest works at this online podcast. Okay, you know what? I won't repeat the question. Online podcast network? How do you call that?
Well, it's a whole website, so I mean,
It is a whole website. Very cool. I actually hope that people will check it out as soon as we answer this question. What should people just type the answer into the chat right there, or what?
Yeah, or try
yeah,
smoke
they should.
signals or something would be good too.
Smoke signals, right?
Mhm.
The bigger the fire, the better chance we see it.
That is a good
That's right.
point.
'Cause I'm inside with the lights on and it's dark outside, so yeah, it's gonna have to be a big fire.
Right. I feel like we should tell stories about one of our friends.
Portling Dodgers.
Who I'm just wondering right now as I'm about to tell this story whether I should make his name anonymous or not. Matt knows who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Guys, rolling the dice. Rolling dice, and I'm moving up
Let's
in
see
5
here.
seconds. And
You're rolling the dice in 5 seconds?
and go. No, I just rolled. All right, we have a winner.
Darn it, I can't attack you. I'm
We
going to attack
have
you
a-
next turn.
Ninojovic. That right?
Congratulations! Woo! Is it a free booster pack or what?
It is a free booster pack.
That is very cool. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about, right, Matt?
I haven't been following this at all. I don't. You're telling us an embarrassing story about someone that I know, and that's all I know so far.
Let's
So,
just, for the sake of
I would
anonymity, let's
say
just.
most of the people we know have some reason to be embarrassed or other. So
Well, that's
anyway.
true. All right. For the sake of protecting his identity, we'll just refer to him as Fathu, as opposed to his real name.
Okay.
I'm kidding. That was a joke. No, but you know the person whose real name.
Oh,
is...
what? No, God.
Wait,
No.
what? Did you just cast Fireball on yourself?
Damn it. So,
Man,
slight mistake.
What is going on in this game? So you paused your own action and then you cast Fireball on yourself. This is a very complex strategy. I clearly
I may have made a boo-boo.
may have made an error. We can have a rematch
Awkward.
after this. We can actually switch decks after this because I think that my deck is stronger than your deck. It's kind of unfair.
Well, see, I wanted to select the guy instead of shooting a fireball at him, so I slipped.
Select the
and
guy. Yeah.
these damn hordlings are just awful at their job or something. I don't know.
That's why they're just lowly hordlings and not.
They're fired. You should fire the horde like with a fireball.
Oh my god.
Well, they
That's
already shot
embarrassing.
one, and I think they shot the
just
last one, unfortunately.
Wait, George, did you destroy another structure and you didn't tell me?
I
Oh
destroyed
my
the
God.
castle a while back. Are you serious?
That
didn't
mean you know
notice?
what that means, right?
I think we owe them a giveaway
okay,
anyway
okay.
because
I'm fired. I'm trying to figure out whether this is a pun or not. Well, the game is going to be over pretty soon.
oh, listen to that confidence.
I'm just saying.
Oh, it's not too far off.
But
Burned a
yeah,
hordling for their-
you should give away promo cards, which are probably harder to get than booster packs, right? You should give away promo cards when the game ends.
It's coming up. It's coming up.
People want to know if we need correct punctuation and capitalization in answering these questions.
Yes, victory!
Uh,
Thank you for being a good sport, Chris. We'll switch decks. Correct
Are you
punctuation.
Are you being a stickler for the answers, John Paul?
No, I'm not. I'm not being a stickler.
John Paul, for those of you that don't know, has an annoying tendency to put 2 spaces between all of his sentences when typing, which makes formatting get thrown off every time you put forum posts up and stuff like that. So, no, he is not a stickler for punctuation. I think actually that's just a different school of thought, isn't it?
Is this the embarrassing story you were going to tell me? Because it's kind of a dud.
No, this is not the embarrassing story. I was going to tell you, it's not an embarrassing story. It's just an amusing story because my friend is so completely crazy. So My friend is, this was a while back when I was starting my first startup company, and I was very poor, and so I was living with this friend in a group house, and there were a bunch of people, and I had never had roommates in college or anything like that, so it was my first time as an adult living with other people, and so we had all kinds of adventures and so on. But this one guy was really neurotic, who we were living with, and he and Chris, you should take the other deck. I did burn it all now.
Okay.
So, he's a guy also that's very. He doesn't want to injure. He doesn't want to hurt any animals. He's very if there's a bug in the house, he'll let the bug out instead of smashing it. So, one day we find that there are mouse droppings in our kitchen. So there's obviously a mouse in the house. So he decides that he's going to put a humane mouse trap in the kitchen to catch this mouse. And so I say, okay, and we go through all the thing of how to create the mouse trap that's humane, and then he, shaves off the edges of the little trap so that when it closes, it's less loud, because he thought it would be loud enough that it would scare the mouse too much. So just to make sure that the mouse was comfortable in the little trap, anyway. So. And then he went to the store and bought this huge cage and rigged it up so that he could basically keep the mouse in it before he found a way.
George, I'm just going to interrupt you because it's your turn and you should start playing.
Yeah, I am playing. And he goes and he creates this huge cage where the mouse is supposed to be kept. And I'm just looking at this cage, and it's basically like a big plastic box, like one of those storage boxes, and it has like the top on it doesn't really close completely, and so I'm thinking, and it's like
George,
like
nobody's laughing at your stories. I'm laughing at the chat.
So I'm just saying
Everyone's falling asleep.
Everyone's
falling asleep, and you're
this is a great story. What are you doing? This is a fantastic story.
We're kind of losing them.
Oh,
are people typing ZZZZ into the chat because the story is so boring?
yes, they are. Wizard cat.
This is a great
I'm kind of
story.
wondering if there's a punchline coming in some time.
There's no punchline. It's a story.
Oh my god.
Can I tell my story?
There's no punchline.
Can I tell my story, please? Well, anyway, so there's this mouse cage, and the mouse basically escapes from the cage. And it's obvious that the mouse is going to escape because mice don't get stuck in cages that have lids that are 2 inches open at the top and so forth. So I'm telling him, you really need to lock down this thing, because what happens is every evening, he puts the mouse trap out again, and the mouse just gets caught again for the evening, and he just keeps transferring the mouse.
Hey, George, there's a request that you go back to punning instead of telling the story.
Oh man, someone's actually requesting puns over the story.
This is a good story. The story is good.
No, it's really not very good.
It's a good story. All right, fine. I won't tell the story.
Yay!
Okay.
But anyway, so he keeps catching the mouse every night, again and again, and keeps putting it back in the cage and keeps catching the mouse. And then after a month of this happening, I tell him, have you,
Wait, what's happening now?
I'm telling a mouse story. What's happening is I'm drawing cards here and ending my turn. Anyway, long story short, after a month, he realizes
Yeah, right.
he realizes he probably should check the cage. And thank you for ruining my story. It's a really good story. And so he's of course filled the cage with little paper shavings, full foot of paper shavings. So you can't tell if the mouse is in there or not. It's under all his paper shavings. So he goes in to remove all the paper shavings to clean up after the mouse. And it turns out that we were wrong the whole time, and the mouse wasn't escaping, and there were about 37 mice. They were just catching a mouse every day, and there were 37 mice in this thing all over the place. So anyway, that's the story. But it was a very good story. I would have told it better if I wasn't being harassed. But
That's a good twist ending.
It is a twist ending, yes. Anyway. I can't afford it. Why can't I afford to date you?
It's like a dagger twisting.
A dagger twisting. A
Nice
twist
shot
ending.
prize every time.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a good story. The best part of the story actually is that after we caught all of the mice, we were required to drive
Oh my
several
God, we're
miles.
back
Wait.
to the mice. Are you serious?
There's a question in the chat. Is this story behind the purple element of the game?
Is that Wizard Cat asking that question?
What's that? No, it was Naud.
It's behind the purple element. Not really, because if it were behind the purple element, we would have just teleported the mice out of the house. We did actually have to drive like several miles into the countryside to let them out because my friend decided that they would probably be homing mice and they'd be able to find their way back if we didn't do that.
Sounds like they had a pretty sweet deal until you abandoned them. So nice going.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We like left them in some field somewhere. I mean, I don't know if they would survive.
That's terrible.
Well, I didn't do it. I merely recounted the story.
That was also terrible.
The story was not terrible. That was a good story. I'm a good storyteller. Maybe not as good a storyteller as Pear.
It's terrible. Let's just kill it because people are like slitting their wrists.
People are like, what, JP?
I think they're slitting their wrists
People are slitting their wrists.
or ready to.
All right, you can give away something on behalf of the story. How's that? Since there's going to be a
Well,
while.
I already just gave a free booster pack for our latest backer. So
Oh, great.
I can. What is your bad story? What is it worth? Is it worth like a promo card?
What is my bad story worth? Can we not call it a bad story because it's not really that bad? Oh, it looks like Deja can't attack because he has no attack power.
Oh, he can attack. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the fact that he can't attack.
Yes, he can.
Oh, can he? Well, maybe he just came out this turn.
He did just come out this turn.
Ah. I see. Well, excuse me. Speaking of good storytelling, we actually do have a good storyteller on the team named Pear, who I hope is going to be on our live feed either tomorrow or on Sunday. Do you know John Paul?
No, he will be on tomorrow. Yeah, he'll be on tomorrow.
Great. Yeah, so Pear is the guy that wrote Declaration, which is this really, I mean, seriously, if you have not read the story Declaration, it's just a few pages long. You should go to our website, you should go to our lore section, and you should read Declaration. It is an unbelievably cool story. And it's just one of many. I mean, we're going to have all kinds of stories talking about our game world. And kind of what this all is chromancers are wizards that are summoning forces from parallel universes, basically. And so we're going to have all kinds of stories talking about those parallel worlds and different planes of reality. And Pear's going to write about them. So, man, it's I can't tell you how cool it is. You should check that story out. And you can talk to him about it tomorrow, actually. I also want to remind people that we've got Dave on the line. If you have any questions about art in our game, the direction of art, anything like that, he's the guy to answer your questions. I'm letting you know that because this is probably the first opportunity you've actually had to talk to him. Let's see here. Okay, I'm going to try to attack this graveyard here and try to destroy it. So, Chris, do you have any good stories to tell us?
Oh man, I actually have a PAX story if you want, since we guys did meet at PAX
Yes.
first.
Tell us about PAX.
Absolutely.
If you don't know, PAX is a convention, obviously, and it used to go back a long time ago. And one of the earlier editions of the PAX used to be at a different convention center entirely. And it used to be in a city called Bellevue. And while we were there, it was a 24-hour convention. So it never shut down ever. So me and a group of friends would go, and we would just never leave until the 3 days were up.
Oh,
And
wow.
about the second day in, so about 48 hours, 50 hours of sleep deprivation in, we were all talking about how tired we were, and this guy comes up to us and says, "Hey, you guys are tired? Here, have one of these," and hands us just strange-looking pills. And all of us are going, no thanks, and we throw them away. But one of my friends decides, hey, this is a good idea. So he pops the pill and just ends up bouncing off the wall for hours.
And did you ever
Apparently
find out
it
what the pill was?
Wow.
No. we're pretty sure it was a caffeine pill, but it was never directly stated. So that was an interesting PAX experience for sure.
From which we can glean.
That kind of reminds me of the time that Dave and I and a couple of other friends of ours, we were in Vietnam. We sat down for a street meal, and we didn't quite understand what
is a street meal?
Yeah, we sat.
What, you decided that you were going to be like raccoons and you went into the garbage and had a street meal?
No, there was there's a street and people had set up small squatting tables and chairs.
Squatting tables.
Kind of cook your food.
There's more terminology I don't understand used to describe the terminology I don't understand.
You were so low
Squatting
to the ground
tables.
that it was almost like you were squatting.
I read it. Interesting. Right.
That's right. And so they like presented us all these foods and meats, and like it was kind of like pork, but we really weren't sure because it was kind of also not like pork and beef.
It was kind of like pork and
yeah.
beef.
but also not.
Speaking of capturing mice.
Anyway.
Well, that's what it sounds like.
No, please, let's not.
let's not talk about mice anymore. That was a good story. Well, the question is, did you have any indigestion after that meal of sorts? Man.
No. Like, wait, did we do a giveaway for Simon Swan who pledged just 10 minutes ago?
We did.
I don't believe so. Not that I know of.
Okay, well, we can forget that we did it and do it again.
Did we? I thought we did one for.
We can forget that we did
one
it.
For George.
No, we did it for Simon. He was in the chat.
No, we did.
Right. Simon.
That's fine. We can forget it and have another.
Oh,
giveaway.
He did.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I mean, I do want to be fair. I just was checking.
It wasn't a leading question.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Look, what can I say? I like to give away stuff.
It is a powerful experience.
I like to give away dinners and bust.
You like to give away dinners?
And...
Are you giving away dinners on our channel now?
Well, I don't know. How many have I given away dinners?
John Paul is giving away. John Paul is giving away street meals on squatting tables for anybody that's interested. He'll be serving meat that's
right.
Sort of like pork and
meat
beef.
It's mystery meat. It's mystery meat.
The secret is it's mice.
It's the secret that's now out of the bag. Yes. Very, very well captured mice. The mice are captured with cages that are sound friendly. They won't scare the mice. Never mind. Yeah.
All right, let's kill a structure here. I'm feeling the need for.
Hey, look! I built a structure right here, so maybe there's an extra structure to kill. I guess it's not technically a stronghold, but.
If I could find something to make all my sharks not wild, that'd be great.
Oh, are you playing Sharky?
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a squall tamer in there.
Yeah, it's somewhere in there, I assume.
Well, it should be. I don't know. The decks may have been edited, but. It would be sort of a mean move to give you a deck that doesn't work. Anyway. Interesting.
I'm gonna have to ask him to
Why
die.
are you attacking me? I guess I'll have to dodge. Oh, I can't dodge. Darn it, you keep attacking me when I am out of movement, so I can't dodge. It's very
No, you're
annoying.
pinned.
Oh, and I'm pinned too, so I can't dodge anyway, but I can block. So I will block with my red Hordling, because I'd rather he die. Then my day, yeah. Actually,
Oh,
he won't die.
PS4 TV has a good suggestion. We need to make a Plague of Mice card, and I think they're specifically going to be the mice from George's story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank
Friday
you,
the
sir.
13th, Plague of Mice. Actually, I should have told you, Chris, that the thing to do in that situation would have been, while it was paused, to move your other blade fin to the same spot. Because when two blade fins are on top of each other, they have an ability called pack, which gives each other bonuses.
Oh.
So you would have hit me for 2. I apologize for not telling you that.
You did it on purpose, don't I?
Well, I did. I didn't want to lose. I couldn't help myself.
Can't lose to the new guy.
So, yeah, actually, I'm inspecting the blade fin right now. Just people can see. Show text. So, yeah, now I'm
We got another backer.
inspecting the blade fin, and you can see here
Another backer.
all kinds of stuff happening. Tells you what's going on. You probably can't see that on the Twitch live feed because it's a little too small. Anyway. All right, my turn. We got another backer. Should we ask a trivia
nice.
question?
Paul.
All right, I'm firing away. You guys have had time to input this thing, so you're all keyed up. It's time to roll. Boom! Cyforce 3 is the winner.
Nice. Congrats.
Woo!
So, Chris, tell us a little bit about your podcast in general and your website and the kind of stuff that you guys have for people that are interested in games.
Sure. So geeklinkradio.com, hold on, you're flame darting me.
Yes, I'm distracting you and then flame darting you.
That's
Basically,
like a common George
That's
tactic.
messed up.
Chris, would you go across the room and get me a cup of water, please?
Let's see, can I do that? There we go.
Ooh, very smart. Using a
Sure.
counterspell. Nice.
So, geeklinkradio.com is a website set up for all kinds of different news, reviews, videos, all that kind of stuff. We have movie reviews, we have video game reviews, we have previews from any convention that we'll go to. We have podcasts, including a very PlayStation-centric podcast called Firmware Update, sorry. And we have another one that is the Geeklink Radio podcast, where we do all kinds of video game news, and we also talk about any games we've played recently or any games coming out and all the
Cool.
kinds of stuff that are coming along with it.
And it sounds like that Geeklink Radio podcast is the thing that we had a little interview about Chromancer on.
We did.
Right on.
What did you do? You cast Fireball? That was.
I did. I cast Fireball. Of course, I realize how stupid that is now because you have already used Corporeal Water on yourself this turn. So you've given yourself the ability to defend that. So I shouldn't have cast it on you, but oh well.
Awkward.
I didn't
we
say I
did
was
have-
good at the game I invented.
We did have the Chromancer interview this last podcast, actually. So if you go to geeklinkradio.com, you can look at the podcast part of the website, and it'll still be the first one up there.
Right on. Very cool. And did you actually, I guess this may be still to come, but there was a bunch of other stuff that you saw at PAX in particular that you got interviews for? Any other indie games?
Actually, yeah, one of the really fun ones was Dwarven Delve.
Oh yeah, those were our neighbors actually. Yeah, those are good guys. They're
Yeah.
going up on Kickstarter themselves pretty soon.
Yeah, it's a super fun game, very very strategic. So people that like card games will probably end up liking this one as well. And you basically roam into a dungeon as 4 different dwarves and try and take back your ancestry from the dungeons. So it's an interesting setup, but very elaborate, I guess, with what you can do in the game.
Right. Very cool. I know that everybody there was wearing fake beards, and that
Yes.
they also were giving away beards, and that they they had one woman who came to them at some point during the convention and was very angry that the female dwarves in their game didn't have beards. And she actually argued with them about this for like half an hour and wouldn't leave. And like, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, you can't tell her to get lost. But anyway. Ah, darn it.
Pinned.
Yes, I'm trying to dodge you, but these stupid sharks are so annoying. I can't dodge them.
Oh, and I totally could have played that better by playing a shark first, but here
Man,
we
I
are.
am not a fan of this deck. I think it needs to be balanced better. Too many spells, not enough creatures. I don't know, maybe that's not the case.
I think that there's just too many very squishy creatures. Like, there's only like 2 health creatures, and it kind of
Yeah.
gets overrun very quickly.
It's kind of Red's problem, is that Red in general has good attack power and good spell casting, but the creatures are very weak. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
I'm showing Black Balrog here on the side, which is a very strong creature, but so that's just kind of the way that works. Well, we are whittling each other down. Let's see. I think I should be able to kill your graveyard if I know what I'm doing. Oh, except I don't have creatures to do it. Where is Black Balrog when you need him?
He's
I
there on
didn't
the
find
screen.
it in that deck, so
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a Balrog in this deck.
okay.
Okay, so why am I emerging next to your sharks? That's a bad idea. I'm gonna run away.
There's no running from the sharks.
I have run away from a shark. In real life, that's harder to do than it sounds.
The sharks stalk the forest for you.
Sharks.
Oh man, I've completely stumped the forum or the chat over here.
What have you stumped the chat with?
I thought it was easy. It seems like it's not so easy. The question was, what is the name of our art director?
That's the trivia question? Jeez.
That's the trivia. I thought it would be like a shoe-in for everybody, but apparently not. Okay.
This is because
Okay,
we're
I'll tell you what,
we're
for
wasting
anyone
all of the
stumped-
time on this call with completely stupid stories about mice. I don't know who brought that
I'll
up.
tell you what. If for anyone that doesn't know the answer, it is actually posted. If you go to our let's see, to the forum post, which is about this whole Kickstarter, or not Kickstarter, about our Twitch daily stream, then you'll find the answer there.
And he is on the line, so if you want to apologize,
And
we can convey that.
I'm here and I'm thoroughly amused.
Anybody who wants to just apologize into the chat right now, please feel free. Stupid sharks.
All right. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
I'll even
for-
make it easy for everyone to actually post it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Some people catching on.
My turn, eh? All right.
Your
see
turn.
here. Let's see here. Time to actually kick some butt.
I think it's time to actually destroy some structures.
I'm about to.
Yeah, get on it, man.
What? Why can't I cast Incendiary on this graveyard?
Because
Oh no, I could.
because there's a creature in front of it.
No, the graveyard. No, I could. It's just the.
The graveyard.
I'm
yeah.
casting on the graveyard. Just the.
I can't
The
block
mouse
that.
icon was grayed out, even though it worked.
Mm.
Probably just a minor thing.
Must be your fault.
It's probably user operator error. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
operator error.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The most important
I was
phrase
clicking
in the
wrong.
English language.
I'm so sorry. We're trying to wind down this game here. By the way, for anybody who's paying attention, I did just destroy his graveyard.
Oh
Okay, time
wow!
for
Okay,
another
so
giveaway.
there. I'll tell you what. There are 2 giveaways. There's one free booster pack and one promo
Why
card.
don't you roll twice?
So I will roll twice, but I don't think enough people have gotten this. So I'm going to give them 1 more minute,
In order to do what?
60 seconds to get this. In order to get on the list.
How do you get on the list?
by answering, by typing in the name of our art director in the chat.
Oh, brother. So have some people gotten it?
Yeah, we have 11 people that have gotten it, but continues to stump others.
Are those people not reading the chat?
Well, the thing is, like, so many people are
Guessing
trying
random
different
names.
that it's not obvious, like,
It's not.
what name
Yeah,
it is.
Sinu is
Okay,
making some really good guesses here. What about
Sir Isaac Cobblepot Fenting Mold.
Steven? Whoa, I can't even.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cedric Shockley McKnight.
But how about a hint with the first letter D?
First letter.
There you go. Okay, I think now you gave it away. Oh no, people are still guessing.
People are still
like,
guessing
names with
Don.
names that begin with J.
Guys, it's a D.
Draco. Oh, brother. Why did that not just do anything? Hang on. So I'm trying to cast. Stop it. User error.
Fireball yourself.
I'm trying to select my guy, and I'm accidentally inspecting him because I'm dumb. It seems to not want to allow me to cast Incendiary on his bank.
We already did once.
I know, but I want to do it again.
No.
I can't do it a second time. Because it's at 0, maybe. Well,
No, just
I'll just cast Hellfire. It's fine. Oh, weird. I can't do stuff.
Do you have enough for Hellfire? I thought that was 5.
It's probably even more than that. No, I'm just refreshing it because sometimes that fixes stuff. All right. Nope. Hang on. All right. Well, I'll kill it next turn.
Is that guy new?
I don't know if he's new. If he's new, he shouldn't be able to have the thing in his little slot there.
I think he doesn't have an attack. I think he's new.
Oh, okay. That might be it.
I think also it says George plays Red Hordling on this turn.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, you know, if you want to be
things.
accurate, I mean,
Like I said, operator error.
I mean, you know, if you want to just be correct when you say things, as opposed to just saying things that are just wrong, I mean, you know, fine, but that's really a technicality. Man, I could really go for a street meal right about now.
On the squat tables.
On the squat tables, yes. On the squat tables? Wait. You were sitting on the squat tables?
We were, yes, that's exactly what we were doing.
Oh my god. So these tables are things that you sit on.
Let's just call it that.
Hey, look at this. The shark managed to pin both of my creatures, including the one who's not being attacked. That seems cheap.
What? Neither of them can leave?
No.
Well, that's what pin does.
Yeah, but it's only attacking one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The other one should still be able to run away.
See, now you're just being
different?
angry because I'm gonna win.
You're right. What the hell? You have too many creatures. I need to kill them.
Alright,
I can't
well,
because I'm
guys,
killing
so
all yours.
George,
Yes.
it seems that you were doing a first person to answer wins yesterday for some questions. You want to come up with like a good question for that? It's got to be like a kind of a tricky one though.
Can I come up with a trivia question, you're saying?
Yeah, a trivia question where the first person to answer wins. So it's got to be a tricky one. It can't
The
be
first
like
person to answer. Well, the best type of trivia questions are the ones where there's multiple answers and the first few people to get an answer right each win a promo card.
Oh, okay.
How's that?
Oh.
We got another backer.
Okay.
Well, there's
Oh my
another-
God. Okay.
Good. Well, figure that out
That's
while I
a
think of a trivia
giveaway.
question.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna have I'm gonna make this completely free for now. You don't need to type in anything. I'm just gonna roll, so we can kind of get this going. It's a free alpha booster pack. So let's see. Rolling, Slifter, you win, but you're not following the channel, so I'm gonna pass you.
What?
Simply Fervor.
What are you
Your
passing
pictures
people?
have been ruined.
Well,
Don't pass people.
we have a rule. You have to be following the channel,
All
otherwise,
right,
you know.
he'll follow the channel now. Now that you've said that, just tell him that he needs to follow the channel, and whatever. Don't be mean.
Cliff just says thanks.
Okay, well,
Harry says what?
okay.
That's probably what I would have said. Thanks. Period. What? Question mark. And I'm not even looking at the channel. I just came up with that. Guys, we're probably going to end after this game. I think the game's still going to last a little bit here, but it's a pretty good opportunity now.
I still haven't found my squall.
Yeah, it's a pretty good opportunity now. If you want to, if you have any other questions about art, Dave is still on the line. If you have other questions for us in general about kind of the direction of where this stuff is going and what have you. Let's see here. I guess I really just need to run away since you are very mean. Well.
Now he needs to get a squall tamer. Because then he
that
can
is
take
the
out your
plan.
bank. Yeah, that would be a good plan.
Aha!
Aha!
Have you gotten one?
You're doomed, George. It's all over.
There's not much I can do. I'm just trying to have this stupid pin ability of the Sharks is really effective. I'm just trying to have a guy survive long enough so that I can hit him with spells. But probably if I were more skilled, I would have been all right.
Who came up with that pin ability?
I don't know. Who invented this nonsense? Anyway, let's see here. Hunter Shark, Bladefin. Darn it. I'm going to have to start burning cards. This is frustrating. Well, maybe I don't actually, because my guys basically don't have upkeep and I have a ton of income. I might just let it fly.
Nope.
Let me inspect this here. 5. Well, you're just going to keep attacking it. That's fine.
Yeah, bank destroyed.
All right, he destroyed my bank. You can give
Building's
stuff
been
away.
destroyed. Time for a giveaway.
Oh my God, it's time for a giveaway.
That's just
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to be rolling. In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Man. Okay. Well, anyway, so my bank's been destroyed. That's just something that happens occasionally.
Looks like your castle will go down this.
You
turn,
think my
too.
castle's gonna go down? My castle's not gonna go down. Oh, he's attacking
Wow.
my date yet. Oh, darn it.
I'm attacking the thing that's going to blow up my stuff, so...
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a good move. But then you got 2 more attacks, so just knock down the castle.
Yep.
I mean, why not?
Stop telling him what to do.
I didn't tell him to do it.
Yeah. Not a good thing. I guess I'm gonna have to try to win on the strength of my graveyard. I guess maybe this is at least a case in point that shows people that, I had a question on a gaming forum a few weeks ago where somebody was asking about the game mechanics in Chromancer, and they were saying, isn't it the case that if your strongholds are tied to essential game functions, that when one of them goes down, there's an inevitable shift in momentum, and the likelihood is you're just going to lose every time? And doesn't that make First Blood overly important? Basically, if you knock down a stronghold, aren't you going to win every time? And actually, the number of times that somebody knocks down a stronghold and then the other person wins seems to be relatively high, and I'm not totally sure why that is. I think it's often the case that you don't need all of your strongholds and that you let the other person do that, and sort of while he's off spending his time attacking the thing you don't care about, you're building up your forces and you end up overpowering him. Or on the other hand, it might be that he's sort of let himself become thin because he's too focused on attacking one thing. There are a lot of different ways to look at it.
I think it's also dependent on which structure you attack. Like, the graveyard isn't very important for certain decks, like this deck and your deck. Like, the graveyard doesn't really come into effect.
Well, the graveyard is more important for me because I have a lot of spells. So if I want to use those spells again, I need the graveyard to be able to cycle them.
That's true.
But I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that just don't matter as much for certain deck builds. No question. All right. Let's see.
That's just an outsider opinion, though.
No, I mean that's the way it's designed. Is that there's supposed to be instances in which certain strongholds are not as important as others, and there are other colors that play on that a little better than what we've got right here.
There was a quick question about art. The question was, does fan art have a chance to the game? That's actually an interesting question. I think I'm all for creating an opportunity for fans who create art to actually have that implemented in the game, and have those cards within the system and be traded amongst people. I would have to review, and I'd have to talk. We don't really have a mechanism for that yet, but I think it's an awesome idea, and I'd be all for seeing it happen.
Yeah, and certainly things like unlocking other skins or unlocking other versions of art are things that we can do. Like there could probably be, my personal thoughts on it was that I was hoping that at some point we'd get to a point where we actually have like a set of card art, which is like the fan card art, and that you can, maybe unlock that on your account or switch it out on certain cards if you want. It's very easy in a digital game for us to have multiple art for the same card. But yeah, that would be cool. Could you guys all hear Dave okay? Because everything's going through my connection, and my connection isn't good always. My graveyard is going down. This is bad.
And there's one more art question by Sino, I guess. Will the creatures have character models? And if you all would check back over the weekend on our Kickstarter page, I'm going to be posting some new concept art that will show where the game user interface is going to go. Not final art, but it will be concept, but it will show you sort of some of the ideas we're going to have for visuals. And we plan to have all of the creatures have individual art, all of the lands. It's going to be much more visually engaging. What you're seeing now is very but where we're going to take this, once our Kickstarter gets funded, it's going to be very interesting. So I hope you all would check it out over the weekend.
Right on. Yeah, I mean, that stuff is very, very cool. I've seen a little bit of it as a preview, and you guys really need to check that out this weekend. You'll see it when it goes up, but it's exciting. And it looks like I'm about to lose here, so we're probably going to wrap this up pretty soon. Looks like my graveyard's going to get tackled. I have been thinking a little bit about a trivia question. Did you want me to ask something, John Paul?
Sure. Why don't you ask something, and I guess we'll take those answers.
Okay, well, we're all card players. We love card games, so I'm going to ask a trivia question related to card games. It's not this card game, but it's a card game you may have heard of. It's called Magic. And what I'm going to do is I am going to give away, or John Paul's going to give away on my behalf, 4 promo cards. And we will give you 1 promo card, maximum 1 per person, so please only give 1 answer. For the first 4 people who get this question correct. And the question is, in Magic the Gathering, originally, when it came out, there were double lands, which were cards that combined 2 of the 5 land types into a singular card. An example of that would be the Volcanic Island, which was a blue and a red. It was a combined mountain and island. The question is, can you name all 4, and of course you can only name 1 per person, can you name all 4 of the original Magic cards that were double lands that involved forest? There were 4 of
Jesus,
them.
George, I need to know the answer to the question. How am I going to monitor this?
I can tell you what the answers are in a moment.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we
All
only
right,
have one
well,
answer so far. Um,
The answer is Dave.
The answer is Dave.
someone
The answer
suggested the
is
answer
Dave,
might
for
be
sure.
Poolsborf.
That is a 4 promo card answer right there.
I love Poolsborf as the right answer.
Poolsborf is not the right answer. Although Poolsborf is generally the right answer to most questions in life. Such as, what will I order for my street meal? Who can sell me an RV at a low price? Anyway. I really can't do very much here. I'm just going to die. Chris, do you have any parting wisdom for us related to podcasts and other such things?
We're beating George at Chromancer.
We're beating
For
Chromancer.
beating George at Chromancer, I would say always make sure he chooses red and always choose blue at this point.
Right.
As far as podcasts go, come listen to us. I mean, we've got lots of different stuff to listen to. We've got 86 episodes up right now for the Geeklink. So
Nice. Very cool.
Lots to look at, along with all of our articles, obviously. So
yeah, that's Geeklink Radio. And is it just geeklinkradio.com?
Yep.
Easy peasy.
Real simple.
It's been great
Awesome.
for us. I mean, we obviously are gamers and we like indie games a lot. We like other games a lot, and Geeklink is a really great place to find out information about that. And a lot of it's new information because, as you said, you guys were at PAX, so you got new stuff.
Oh yeah, and we're always looking for all the indie game companies. Like we love playing the smaller companies' games because they're usually much more different than the AAA titles that you'll find. So
Well, you get to a certain point maybe where you need to worry about the bottom line a little too much. I don't know. I hope we get to that point, sort of. Well, I don't know if I hope that. Strike that from the record. Wow, my graveyard is down to 2 cards. I'm about to lose. Do we have answers
George,
to the Magic
what
Trivia
was the
question?
answer? Yeah, we have plenty of answers.
The answers
I
to
think
the
we
Magic
just need to
Trivia
talk-
question. The 4 cards, which are the combination of forest with something else, the double lands. The forest and swamp is called a bayou. The forest and mountains is called a taiga, T-A-I-G-A. The forest and island is a tropical island. And the forest and, what is the last one? Plains? Oh, you know what? I'm not sure I know the answer to that. I think it's savanna, if I'm not mistaken. I believe tundra is island and plains, so I think it's savanna.
They're saying yes.
Yes. Those are the 4 answers.
The people who guessed that are saying yes.
The people who
that's
guess, the people who will be receiving a prize as a result of it being right are saying that it's right.
All right, so it was
That's interesting.
Bayou, Taiga, Tropical Island, and Savannah, right?
That is correct.
All right, so I guess I'm just gonna go through the list and see who said what first. So
Yes, and this stuff, by the way,
Taiga.
guys, is all going to be up on our forums. You'll see we'll have a forum post that will list your names and your prizes, and we'll accord those things to you shortly thereafter. Sorry, go ahead, JP.
no, I'm just going through the list. So it looks like PS4 TV got Taiga, Ilnerb, or Ilnerb, or whatever it is, got Savannah. Let's see, who got Tropical Island first?
Woo!
Wing Heavens just posted a bunch
Good
of
game,
stuff,
sir.
so I don't know if that counts. I'm gonna give Tropical Island to Cepheid.
Cepheid, with a C-E-P-H. That's a cool word.
Yeah. And looks like Slifter got Bayou.
Well, that's a cool name too, man. People have some pretty cool usernames. Cool guys. Well, we'll do one more giveaway here because I've just lost the game. We do have to say thank you to Chris from Geeklink Radio for being my opponent.
Chris, you're
No
allowed to
problem.
taunt George now if you
Yes,
want.
you may taunt me.
I win. I beat you at your own game.
Well done, sir. Congratulations. You caught me like a mouse in a
Very
soundproof
well
cage. Yes.
played.
Right.
In a cage, if you will.
And I will.
I apologize. It looks like Wing Havens did actually post this. It was just like a wall of text that was copy and pasted. So
Just give it to both
I didn't
guys.
actually read it.
Give it to
All right,
both.
Wing Havens, you get a prize. You get one of the prizes.
Nice. I hope you're creating a list because that's what I did last time.
Yeah, I have a list.
So, Chris, thank you for being here. Thank you for being my opponent.
No problem. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's really been fun. Thank you, Matt, for being on the line. Thank you, John Paul, for being on the line. Thank you, especially Dave, for being on the line, our art director, taking some art questions. If you guys have any sort of last minute questions and you want to enter them now, we'll do a little bit of a last couple questions answered here. Otherwise, we'll do one more giveaway and we will sign off and talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're actually going to do this at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So people who can't stay up this late or who are in Europe will be able to join us. That's obviously Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to have our in-house fantasy writer, Pear, on the line. He has put up a story on our website you really should read if you haven't. It's called Declaration. It's just fantastically cool. It's like a couple pages long. You really should just go read it right now. It's that good. There are more stories to come. You can talk to him about that tomorrow. And again, in the meantime, if you have any questions for us, remember Dave is on the line. He's our art director. Any art questions, ask them now or forever hold your peace, and we'll give away a couple more things in just a second here. Excuse my monologue. Yeah. JP, how are we on keywords and so forth?
Well, right now I'm just having like people in the general chat just all eligible because I like to be inclusive.
Okay. So if you guys in general come back to our live streams, we do give away stuff during the whole live stream. You can check out our Kickstarter page. The address is written at the bottom of this Twitch. You can see it, chromancer.com/Kickstarter down there below my mouse. And that's where you're going to find all the keywords you need to participate in our Twitch live streams that we're doing daily in order to get these prizes. So hope to see you next time as well. Let's do one more giveaway since I lost this game.
All right, are we giving a free pack or a promo card?
Well, I think we should give away a free booster pack. Or heck, we can
Okay.
even give away 2 free booster packs. What's the difference? The difference is that it's the last one, right? So we should go out with a bang.
Okay. All right. Well.
And guys, normally what we do is we roll the dice, and if you're in our chat channel and you were the lucky one to get picked, you get the free stuff. You can unlock that in your account on our website. Generally, in order to get the prize, you also have to be following our Twitch channel, although we are making an exception to that today because that's too big brothery, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Let's see. Frost Zealot.
Frost
You
Zealot.
win, sir.
What a name. Give that man 2 booster packs.
All right. Here we go. Frost Zealot. Good job, sir.
Woo!
You win.
Chris, we need to thank you one more time for being here.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys. Anything else? Any
Did you,
questions?
I think we can shut it down. I'll just stay in the chat and answer any questions if people want to just talk about the game or ask some questions
Okay.
or whatever. But we'll be back tomorrow, so that will be another opportunity to ask questions.
That's right. See you guys
We'll
at
have
1.
more decks, new decks tomorrow. I promise.
More decks tomorrow. More different cards tomorrow. All right, sure thing. And we'll see you guys tomorrow then at 1 p.m. George
Cool.
signing off. See you guys
All
then.
right. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.